5 o'clock there.
And we're live.
And kicking.
Yeah.
Live and kicking, yeah.
I'm going to speak in Portuguese, okay? To explain our audience what's going on. Galera que tá aí, que chegou, que tá assistindo a gente, mais uma live do Resenhando. Estamos com o Nicke Borg, guitarrista, vocalista do Backyard Babies, uma das bandas mais maneiras da Suécia. Olha o Cláudio mostrando aí a camisa.
Eita.
E tem uma parada bacana, a galera tá entrando, vou começar a entrar, que como é uma live em inglês, o nosso brother Tarcísio Chagas vai dar uma mão pra gente aí, traduzindo algumas coisas nos comentários. Então, a galera que vai assistir, sinta-se à vontade a acompanhar o Tarcísio. Jay, do you want to explain what I was just told you? Translate it to Nick.
Our friend here in Brazil who's going to translate our talk to the viewers, because many people don't speak English and nobody speaks Swedish too. And people are starting to get in the room.
Hell's bells.
Okay. Hell's bells.
Yeah, bells. Yeah.
You get bells at your place? Yeah. Because I was thinking, yeah.
It's the Hell's bells for you.
Well, I guess we have to wait to finish so we can start chatting with Nick. Jay, please tell them to stop.
What? Because the bells. What?
He can't even hear me. Now there's my dog barking because the phone rang.
So all hell broke loose.
Yes.
I'm going to start
It goes on and on.
Well, with the first question
yes.
About your tours. You did 2 tours here in South America, especially because, in 2002 and then last year, right? And why the hiatus between these 2 gigs?
Wow, yeah. I mean, there's many answers to that question. Obviously, it's not around the corner from Sweden. Second, I don't think we really had a good offer. There was some kind of, promoters but they didn't go all the way. We couldn't agree on time, or we couldn't agree on the route we were going to do. Various reasons, and I don't know. I think also time flies so fast. I mean, there was we didn't even think about it. It was that long ago that we were in South America until we did the last time. But it was amazing to come back. I'm really bummed and pissed that we didn't do Chile because of some, I don't know what happened really, but there was some fuck up. But that is now on our list, that as soon as we start touring again, we would love to come back to South America. And without saying too much, actually yesterday I had a meeting with Peter, our drummer, and Dragan, and our management. That was the first time we saw each other since we came back from the UK tour in January. And we were actually talking about South America, and we were talking about some really cool things that we have in mind, but I can't tell you anything more. So with the stars are aligned, which I hope will be not too far away future, we will come back to South America with a great package.
And the funny thing is, in 2002, when you played here in Rio, I didn't know anything about it. I just found out later. I wasn't at the show. And last year, I didn't have the money to go to São Paulo. But I saw you in 2013 with Homeland at Sweden Rock Festival because I was there. And 2015 with the comeback show.
Yeah.
I saw this you two shows in Sweden and not in Brazil.
It's really funny because for me, been 2 times to South America, 1 time before I got clean and 1 time after I got clean. So the first time I was there, I spent a lot of time doing other stuff except for playing also. Second time I was there, I found like chances to enjoy the beautiful places in South America without being a little bit drugged out. But I remember that show in Rio. It was really warm, and there was like the stage was next to the toilets or stuff like that. So there was this smell of urine or something on the stage because it was so hot, and it was like dripping from the walls, moisture mixed up with the sweat, beer, and piss. So it was real rock and roll.
I played there. Yeah. It was very hot, greasy, sweaty.
Yeah, I remember that. And I remember also my guitar tech was outside the venue trying to buy drugs from 2 undercover policemen because he thought that they were dealers. And they were like, you stupid Swedish guy, like, we are police. And he was so wasted, so he didn't understand what they were saying. He continued to ask, like, we were like, please, this is not going to be well. But it was crazy, really fun that time, and amazing the last time. And I can't wait to get back to Brazil, and Argentina, and Chile. Hopefully even more places.
Yeah, I was there at your last show in São Paulo.
Yeah,
it was 2018, not 19. It was 18. It was. I tried to understand why, after so many years, you are a very tight and energetic unity. Your concert is very energetic, and you can feel it on the walls. They are dripping from your energy. It was
urine.
Yeah, no, not urine, but it's a combination of factors, because you can be at a Backyard Babies concert and be like this. You cannot be like this because it's too much energy flowing around the place. It's great, really great.
I must say that it's, I mean, of course, every show you do, we always try to put on our very best, but to be really honest, there are better days and there are not so good days when you're on tour. And when you fly all the way to South America, being like basically traveling for 1.5 days, and you're finally there, and the weather and the atmosphere and the crowd, people have been waiting for so long to see us. That puts that extra thing, like, that you need to go out and really enjoy your show and give that little extra. So I'm happy you enjoyed it, and we really did enjoy it also a lot.
That's something interesting, Nicke, because you mentioned good days, bad days, but there's the chemistry, the energy coming from the shows, the Backyard Baby shows. And I guess because you have the same lineup since kind of forever, because it's the recording days of Backyard Babies, the same band. What does that actually mean? 30 years without any change. It's kind of a rare in the rock and roll music business. And you think that helps because you have that, musicianship, fellowship, because you are together for so long.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, to have a band for over 30 years is amazing in itself, but to be the same 4 guys, the same lineup, is a little bit crazy almost. And we had a little bit of a break, but we never split up the band. We always been kind of having the band going on, and also the band has been like steady, struggling, maybe sometimes a flat line, but a little bit up all the time. The last tour we did now in the UK with the Wild Horse, I had fans and I had media like writing about the shows that this was the best show we ever seen with the band. And these are like fans that have been with us for 10, 20 years, and there was new people. Because, I mean, I'm not going to, put myself on top of anyone else, but there's some bands that are still going strong today. Maybe they're not as good as they were when they had their heydays, but I find it interesting that we are always trying to challenge ourselves with songwriting and being in the studio. And also, I think that we have turned into trying to put on a really professional show. Like in the beginning, it was more about rock and roll, you know, being outrageous. These days, we're trying to keep that and the energy you were talking about, but also make it really tight and make it like sound really good. Because I think that the fans deserve that, like, and I think it grows with the band. I mean, it's a little pathetic to see a soon 50-year-old guys behaving like they're 19 on stage, and also the other way around. It's a little pathetic to see, you know, 19-year-old kids trying to be retro like 70-year-old guys. So I think we have to, you know, grow with our age and our music. But the weird thing, I talked about it yesterday with I did a similar thing like this yesterday, and when we started out, us four. We didn't have anyone else that actually could be in the band, that were interested to be in the band, and we couldn't really play our instruments. So we started to learn how to write songs together. So we had to learn our instruments, and I think that growing as musicians and as friends and as band members on the same kind of level for so long, that forms a certain kind of a bound that you can't find when you like form a band or you make auditions to like 10, 20 different guitar players and then you pick one good. I mean, is it me or you? No, like
I don't know.
Yeah, so I would say that all this stuff that happened in the beginning of our career, you can feel and hear that still today, because maybe one important thing is that we don't spend so much time with each other when we're not playing or in the studio. I mean, as I said, I hadn't seen Dragan and Peter for a couple of months now, but we don't need to see each other, because it's like when we meet, when we have a meeting, and when we see each other in the rehearsal studio, it's like no time has passed in between. So that's pretty unique, I think.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Guys,
Bye, Jay.
I think I know the answer, but maybe people here doesn't know the what's happening in Sweden. But what happens there that so many good bands of all styles are coming and popping every day? Is it something in the water there?
Yeah, I mean, that is a question that we get asked a lot. How come there's so many good bands coming out of Scandinavia? And I really don't know. I have never had a good answer for that. I think maybe, you know, if you have one artist or one band that leads the way, you show a lot of kids that it's possible. For us, it was kind of you know, you had Hanoi ROXX. They were like before Guns N' Roses, and they were like the Guns N' Roses took a lot of things from Hanoi ROXX, and they were from Finland and some guys from Stockholm. So if like a Scandinavian band can make it and also be that influential, you know, we can do it. So I think it has to do with that. If it is someone who leads the way, that would immediately come a lot of things afterward in the waters, I think. So, but I don't know. We are also pretty lucky to have we have a pretty supportive system that you can. Maybe I shouldn't say support, but when we grew up, we were cheating the government. We said that we didn't have a job, so we were really bad connection. Not me, yeah.
You, Daniel.
No. I mute my mic a couple of times to check if the noise was coming from me, but it was not. So
okay.
Jay, Claudio, if you can mute your mic.
I muted mine too, but it wasn't mine.
No, okay. No, so I was saying that, you know, I went to some place and say, hey, we haven't got no job, we need money from the government, but we're really trying to make it as a band. And basically, this is like in '94 or something, long time ago. We got money just by filling in some papers, saying that we tried really hard to make it, and we got money from the government, so we could just play and be in the studio and rehearse. I mean, that stuff doesn't work today, but I mean, that gave us the opportunity to really like focus on the music. So no one had to take any shitty jobs to take away the focus from what we were doing. You know, we had the opportunities to be out playing gigs, and we could make a living out of it really early. And I think that was like a really big thing, because if that wouldn't have happened, let's say if the drummer needed to take a job, or if I needed to do something else at the same time, maybe the band wouldn't have stayed together in the beginning. So
I know.
So, but that was then. I don't think it works like that today. So, you know, so a big thumb up for all the bands and artists that are struggling, and especially these days when you don't sell any records and everything is online, you know, and right now you can't even play a fucking gig. So, like,
not even play gigs.
No.
And you mentioned before. Go.
You did a great live session in your house, I think a couple of weeks ago, and it was very good. And you said yesterday that you will do it again.
Yeah.
So it will be different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as many artists a little bit curious about like how to use your social media platforms, and I think, you know, you don't have to go all in all the time, but it is a great opportunity to reach out and connect with your fans, and especially during these times when, as I said again, you know, we're going to come back to this, I guess, but it's really fucking weird that you're not allowed to do shows and the world is in fire, basically. Yeah. So it was my girlfriend also who insisted I should do this kind of live Instagram thing, and I rehearsed a few songs that I never played before and stuff like that, and people were really enjoying it. And I just did it from where I'm sitting right now in my home studio, and so I got like a crazy idea that I will do it again in maybe 2 weeks, but I will do it in my backyard, because I live on the countryside. I live on this horse farm. And I have a really great backyard, so it would be a backyard session. And I will once again play a few songs that I haven't played maybe in 20, 25 years. And I will make a similar thing, but I will be outdoors in my backyard. But after that, I will be launching this Nicke Borg Backyard Sessions to go. So you can basically, by a very simple little, you know, register thing, yeah, you can buy a gig. I can't come to Brazil to play also, but I come to your backyard and we hang out and I do a little gig similar as I would do that. So
you're gonna become the backyard baby incarnate.
Yeah. So Nicke Borg's Backyard Sessions to go, easy. You can have me on your barbecue or your after work or whatever in your garden, as long as it's nice weather. I come there with my guitar. It's a fun little thing, you know. I think it would be fun this summer because everything got canceled. All the festivals got canceled. We're not allowed to have more than 50 people in a crowd and stuff like that. And I believe that it's even worse in South America at the time. So
yes,
we're struggling with some stuff that no one has ever experienced before, as people, as artists, as whatever your occupation is. It's really hard times. So.
Well, besides that, Nick, how are you spending your time during these hard times we're living? Maybe, you know, writing music for the Chapter 4 record, because the latest Our Babies is from last year. So yes. Are you doing some solo stuff? Maybe the Chapter 4, and I'm saying Chapter 4 because I love the Chapter 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would say that I am sitting day and night, really inspired, writing songs now in quarantine or whatever. But to be honest, I don't know. I had a plan of maybe going into the studio this summer, but this whole thing has put some kind of I don't know, weird feeling. I think a lot of people feel the same. You feel a little hopelessness, and I haven't been that inspired. I did a big TV show in Sweden the whole spring, which basically took up all my time. And then I have my radio show 5 days a week also. So I'm kind of really busy anyway, which has been pretty ironic. And but now it's summer, and all of a sudden there's a lot more time, available. So I hope that I can start writing and going into the studio somewhere during the summer and have new things out. But yeah, it's nothing really. It's nothing planned right now. But we were also talking about yesterday that we will try to find some time after the summer to write new Backyard Babies material for the future. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna for once we're gonna try to focus on just a few songs at a time, because I think a lot of artists can agree with me saying that you're pretty tired of making a whole album when there is hardly any way to promote or sell your albums. Everything is just on streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't play the whole album live. You only play a few songs from the album live. So I'm thinking that we should actually just start writing songs after the summer and maybe have something to release by Christmas or after New Year. But it would not be a whole album. So maybe we release a couple of songs at a time. We've been talking about this forever, but we always end up doing an album because the record companies want that. But now we have split ways with our record company, and we are basically free to do whatever we want. So let's see.
Jay,
and talking about your project Homeland again.
Yeah.
How the album Ruins of a Riot, I think it's very personal for you, and it talks about maybe your whole life, your whole career in an album. When did the moment of truth in your life came that you got clean? I think somehow it's reflected on the album.
And
Yeah,
before you answer this, I want to compliment Jay's question that you said in an interview that Mike Ness from Social Distortion has a lot of positive influence on you when you got clean.
Yeah, he's maybe like my number one person that inspired me to make these choices in life. Him and people like Nicke Six and stuff like that. But yeah, it was in 2008. I basically felt that I had enough of everything. I had some kind of moment of truth that you're saying, like some kind of revelation that this is like no, I don't want this anymore in my life. It was an easy decision, but a little bit of a more winding road to walk. But it came with a lot of becoming clean after playing rock and roll and living the rock and roll lifestyle fully on for so many years, that once again, when we're talking about being creative, some of my friends that had walked before me, becoming clean and sober, said to me, like, you might experience a totally loss of inspiration. You might experience that you don't even want to play music anymore, that you don't want to write any songs anymore. And that actually did happen. I felt that I wanted to take a step away from the whole scene, don't write anything. But it only lasted for a few months. And then I decided to start this solo project, to play and record a lot of songs that I have written before already and that I had in mind that were not Backyard Baby songs. They were much more country and acoustic stuff. And so I did. And but the whole thing with my solo project is that it's a room for me to be creative with stuff that doesn't fit the Backyard Babies, which means as you mentioned, the Ruins of a Riot album is very different from the other Homeland stuff, because I worked with a friend of mine. We got really good friends, and he's like a producer, more like Paramore, bands like that. And it was amazing for me to work with him because we had a songwriting interest in common, but we came from two different worlds. I'm coming from rock and roll live band, and he's coming from a studio session producer kind of songwriting guy, and we clashed, and that's how Ruins of a Riot came together. And you can hear there's a lot of modern pop influences in the album. So and also there's a lot of like the rock thing that I brought in. So I don't think I'm going to make an album like that again, but I really like that album. Some of the songs I've transferred into more acoustic versions when I play live, like End of the Rainbow and stuff like that. So yeah.
And the band you had when you played rock Sweden Rock 2013 was awesome.
Yeah, when I had Joe on, my Backyard Babies bass player.
Still playing bass.
He's always like a ticking bomb because you don't know if he drinks too much before the show or not. So because the stuff, the Homeland stuff is pretty. It's a little bit more complicated songs than the usual Backyard Babies songs. And I told him, are you really up for this? Because it's not like the average Ramones song. This is more like My Chemical Romance kind of like, you know, stuff. And he's like, yeah, sure. And then he got fucking drunk and he played like shit. And I was like, whatever. Yeah, it's hard to play with hard to tell your bandmates to do something different.
Claudio, Daniel.
So if you write, and I guess you will, a new Homeland album, it would be more like in the vein of the Chapter albums, you know, more acoustic, more folk, more country oriented, right?
Definitely, I think that I have this kind of really love for Americana country music, even modern country music, like you know, Brad Paisley and stuff like that. I love Miranda Lambert, all these artists, and but the thing with country music, it's really hard to make that type of music in Sweden because people are not so interested in it. Let's see. I also want to make record songs that are easy to play live because I love to go out and play live. But to have like a whole new band, it's not there's no reason to have it. I'd rather go out myself and play acoustic shows on my own because then I get a lot more freedom and I can put on the show like I have a lot of talking with the audience. It's more like a mix between a spoken word and an acoustic show. And sometimes I tell stories that goes on forever, and sometimes I just play a lot of acoustic songs. It really depends. Oh, look at the cat. Yeah.
She came here to say hi.
Where? Oi.
Say hi.
Yeah.
Really like it.
We have two cats. One cat's not here at the moment. The other cat is downstairs sleeping.
She always likes to join us on the live streams.
Yeah. No. So. Yeah, but it will definitely be more like a acoustic country Americana kind of songs that will come together. Maybe a little bit of a power country rock. Let's see. I have few songs already recorded and demoed and stuff like that. It's just that I haven't had to put my ass to the studio yet and recorded them for you. So.
And chapter 2 has okay, Daniel. Go.
No, I'm muting my mic because my son is here having lunch. So, you know, that's I go ahead. So just that because sometimes you won't hear my voice because it's mute. Right?
So Nick,
he wants to participate.
Chapter 2 has a great cover of Bad Luck from Social Distortion.
Yeah.
And Backyard Babies did a cover version of Mom's Little Monster.
Yeah. Right.
You got a tattoo from Social Distortion. So Social Distortion is a big influence on you guys, or at least on you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's like everyone who knows me knows how much I love that band and how much Mike Ness has meant to me. Mike and Christine were like very supportive. Christine wrote me like a long email when I got clean and stuff, and got back to me like a year later. And Mike was like, you know, jumping in, writing, and saying how fucking happy he was for me, that I turned my life around, and he could be like that big influence. And I guess that's the same thing that I feel today when other like artists or people in general come up to me and say that, hey, you're such a big inspiration. I also have been struggling with alcohol or drugs or whatever, and I'm clean because of you. And I'm not trying to be a therapist or something, but the only thing I can do is share my story, and I love to share my story. And if it can influence other people, that's so great. So, but the thing with Social Distortion is really funny, because we were in the studio recording our first album, Diesel and Power, and I'd never heard about Social Distortion. I've only seen this skeleton on Duff McKagan's bass, like the Social Distortion sticker he had on a black bass that he used during Use Your Illusion. You know, right? Yeah. So I was like, that's a cool logo. What the fuck is that? Social Distortion. I don't know. And then I have my friend. He's from another town. He's a real punk guy. He talked to me. He's like, Nicke, I think that you sound a little bit like Mike Ness and Social Distortion. I was like, Social who? So he said that he thought that some songs sounded like Social D and that I sound a little bit like so. So I checked the band out. I thought, wow, this is fucking cool. And I got totally hooked on Social Distortion after that. And as you said, we recorded Moments in the Monster. I've been doing a few Social D songs live. And then, of course, eventually, it was in 97. We were. I was calling an agent in Germany. I called him 10 times a day. Hey, we need to support Social Distortion when they come into Europe. Hey, we need to support Social Distortion. He was like, but they already got a support band from San Francisco, Swinging Otters. Yeah, but we can be the opener. We can play for 30 minutes, and we take the band out. You don't need to pay us. We need to support Social Distortion. So eventually, we got the tour. So it was Backyard Babies, Swinging Otters, and Social Distortion did a German tour in 97, and that's how I got to know Mike and the band, and also Swinging Otters, great guys. And after that, they invited us to support them on a US tour twice. And I mean, we didn't really have any good support in the US from our record companies and stuff like that, but Social Distortion brought us over there 2 times. And then we did more shows with them in Europe. Amazing guys. I love them so much.
You and Mike should write together.
Yeah, I mean, Mike is producing some stuff here and there. He produced this country artist called Jay Jackson recently. It's pretty cool stuff. And I would love to write and with Mike, and I would love to have, and Johnny also. He's a really good songwriter, and his solo stuff is amazing. So yeah, let's see.
Well,
we're young. Early,
you mentioned earlier an interesting package to South America as soon as possible. So there you go, Backyard Babies and Social Distortion touring together.
Don't do it. Don't do it like that.
Yeah, I mean, let's kill this virus first, and then we make up some great plans for new tour packages. Yes.
I can arrange a very good band to open the gig.
Now Jay will sell his band for you.
And talking about you as a singer and me as a singer, I read somewhere that you had a warm-up vocal warm-up routine, drinking hot water with honey.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, and it started out that I have never ever done any warm-up with my vocals ever, and that's okay. You think you're like you can't die, and you're like when you're young you live forever, whatever. And but it was 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago maybe. I really got so tired in my voice. I was working on the radio 5 days a week. I was doing lead vocals for the last Backyard Babies album. Yeah, so no, it was 2.5 years. Yeah, And also I was out doing acoustic shows the whole weekends, and my voice really, I was under a lot of stress and really tired, didn't sleep so well, so my voice just like, and I went to this doctor, and we put a camera down and checked my vocal cords, and one of them had a bleeding wound. It was healing, but it was still like not okay. And you don't want to fuck up your vocal cords when you're a singer, and so I got to really like, you need to think. So I started to took advice. I took some lessons in basically how to breathe and talk, and how to not sit like this, you know, like, and do more warm-ups. And the more I did it, the more I experienced that the voice got better and stronger. So then I got more interested in doing even singing stuff. So I went to this vocal coach, and we started to sing stuff that I never sang before. It was also because the TV show I did this spring, because I know I had to work a lot with my voice. And yeah, so yeah, knock on wood, I try to take care of my voice as the rest of the body these days, because I mean, the worst thing that can happen to you is that you want to play or you want to be physical or something, but you can't because your body's saying no. That is not fun. I mean, it should be you who say no before your body says no. Okay, so.
And this hot water with honey, you drink it before the shows.
Yeah, and I used to have apple cider vinegar in it also, but it smells like piss when it's warm. So I want to spare my the other ones on the bus, because, you know, so just now it's just honey and water and some ginger, a lot of ginger also. Ginger is the shit, yeah.
Well,
So, Nick, I have a curiosity about a song. The song "Friends" from Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
That you have so many participants, so many guests on that song. Joey Ramone and Corey Clark from Warrior Soul, Nina First from the Cardigans.
Yeah.
How the idea of the song, and to invite all of these great people to sing with you on this song came about?
So we were in the we were in the studio in the UK recording Making Enemies is Good. And I had this song idea that I was playing around with, really simple kind of stuff. And it has been with me since then. And no one liked it. Everyone was like, nah, but that's too simple and like too you know, too easy. It's like ba-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na. But I had like, it kind of got, it wouldn't go away. It was just there all the time. I played it around. I played it on sound checks. And then I got the idea that, but hey, let's make it really interesting. Let's make some kind of you know, let's just, I don't sing anything. Let's just have, you know, guest vocalists. Because I think it was a time that I was sitting and being really annoyed about all the whole rap scene, that it was always a featuring blah blah blah, featuring blah blah blah. There was always some kind of guest rapper, and they were all guesting each other's fucking songs, and no one, I mean, I didn't even know which record I was listening to, because they were all the same artists on every fucking record or something like that. Not to diss the whole rap scene, but anyway, so I was thinking like, okay, let's do something like let's like have like a bunch of friends that we really like and that we are like, you know, inspired by, to sing on this song. But not just that, they also have to write their own lyrics. And the only guideline that they got was the lyrics needs to be about a friend or someone that has done something. Could be a little bit funny, but was something like that. And we actually, as you mentioned, we had Joe Ramone. This is one of his last recordings he ever did before he passed away. Yeah. And he was on the studio writing. He had a big sandwich in his hand, like eating a sandwich at the same time, writing like, what do you think about this? You know, and showed us. I'm like, I don't care what you write. It's going to be awesome anyway. That we have you. And I was so hungover in the studio, so I was like, I felt so stupid. We were there in New York, and yeah. So the artists that we asked, they wanted to do it. They wrote their own lyric part, and I sing the choruses with with the people, and it turned out to be a little classic song. Yeah, I really like it. It's fun. It's amazing to have had the chance to do something like that, you know, because it's not so easy to pull it off. I think we worked on the song for a year. We did we recorded Corey Clark in LA. We recorded Nina and Joey, obviously, in New York. We recorded Danko in Stockholm. Michael Moreau, I don't even remember where we recorded him. Somewhere. And yeah.
And if you had to do it again,
yeah,
who would you choose? Who would you like to have as special guests on a song?
Friends too.
Friends too, yeah.
Good question and a good idea, actually. Yeah, we should do something like Friends 2.0 or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But as you mentioned, you know, it would be good to, you know, fun to do something with Mike. Fun to, you know, I actually had this song that, you know, we were in the studio and yeah, no, I was thinking about making a cover of 1 in a Million with Guns N' Roses. You know, I love that song from the GNR Lives, right? So I didn't, because Dizzy Reed was playing the piano on a few tracks on the self-titled album in 2008. So and I was just like, I hadn't become clean yet. So I had this crazy idea that we should make a cover of 1 in a Million, and that Axl would sing on it also. So and this is just the ideas when you're a little bit wasted, right?
Without killing anyone.
Yeah, so I got like my friend Del James, who's been working with Guns N' Roses and one of Axl Rose's like closest persons. I got him online, and I was like, "Hey Del, I got this great idea that we're gonna make a cover of 1 in a Million, and I want Axl to sing on it. Can you ask him?" and this was Axl was in some kind of huge judge. What was it, like some kind of a law court case or something at the time. I'm not sure what it was for. I can't remember, but it was some kind of. He was in court all the time. There was a big case for something that he was really stressed about. And I'm calling and I'm talking to Del. It's like, can you ask Axl to sing on this song? I want to do a cover of 1 in a Million. And Del was just saying, if I remember correctly, Nicke, first of all, I'm not going to ask Axl. He has enough problems. Second, that song means nothing but trouble. Don't even go there. And that's it.
Perfect timing, right?
So I skipped the idea. But then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we opened for Guns N' Roses a few years back, and it's amazing how Duff and Slash, how much they really like us as a band. I mean, Slash and Duff, they you know, see your shirts. They play in our shirts like all the time, and they support the band so much. It's amazing. I don't really know what we've done, and they are really like, when you meet Duff, you get like the biggest hug, like. Whoa, and I haven't seen him in many years and stuff. So, yeah, maybe, who knows? That would be fun to do something, you know. Maybe they can ask Axl to sing on it again.
Did you heard Duff's last record, the one that was produced by Shooter Jennings?
Yeah. I mean, I love Shooter, and I love Duff, and it's a great thing. It's so much Duff, but it's also added with like Shooter Jennings stuff on it. That was also not a funny story, I have to tell you, because I've been a fan of Shooter Jennings for many years, and he finally decided to play a show in Gothenburg in Sweden. Some guy offered him a deal: come to Gothenburg, play a show, just bring your acoustic guitar and so on. And he did. He just brought an acoustic guitar, came to play. He played a little pub, like 250 people or something, with just an acoustic guitar. And me and my friend, who's also like a huge Shooter Jennings fan, we were there like amazed, hearing all these songs just on an acoustic guitar. And he was drinking Jägermeister, like slamming down during the show. I think he got a little bit like woozy at the end, you know, and stuff. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I knew the promoter, so I said, hey, I feel really a little bit embarrassed here, but can I please just go and like have a picture with Tudor or say hi? Because, you know, I mean, he's not really in Sweden every day, right? So, yeah. I fixed. So he got me backstage, and there was Shudi and his now wife, and they were sitting there, and I was like introducing myself, a little bit embarrassed and stuff. It's like, yeah, but I know, I saw you guys when you played the Troubadour and blah 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 back in whatever date. I was like, fuck, this is crazy. Shudi Jennings has been see the Backyard Babies play the Troubadour in LA, and I had no idea that he knew about me and the band and everything. So yeah, that was like a really cool moment. So talking about working with people, I would love to work with Shudi Jennings also. He's amazing. He just won a Grammy for Best Country Album. So he's an ace guy.
Yeah.
I got a question about.
And Nicke, just a moment. And Nicke, when you come back to Brazil, you could do a solo shows too.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. Yeah, I can open for myself. Make twice. No, but I'm not kidding. That would be really cool to stay like a few days extra and play some solo shows also. Yeah, because they're really different from the Backyard Babies shows. They are playing a lot of different songs, and you come much closer with the audience and have like all these kind of stories to tell on stage. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Jay,
I got a question about one of your songs, one of Backyard Babies songs. Among all the songs in the world, Abandon maybe is one of the most important for me at a personal level. And it's a song that I like to sing and play before a show that I do with my band, or when I go to the studio to warm up the vocal cords and stuff like that. And I'd like you to say something about the song, because it speaks to a personal level to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really like the song also. It has turned out to be some kind of a sing-along song in the live set. Best, I mean, I always had a love for big, like, you know, melodic choruses, and sometimes I think I just had a feeling that we weren't reaching the last little thing in songs. We wrote great rock and roll songs, but I was sometimes missing out on that kind of last like chorus line or whatever. So I turned to my friends, Anders Wikström. He used to be in an 80s band called Treat in Sweden. I don't know if you know that band.
Yeah, I saw the band in Sweden Rock too.
Yeah, cool. Anders Wikström and his friend Fredrik Tomander, they have started a songwriting collective, and they were writing songs for pop artists, and I mean they wrote for Scorpions and you know, metal bands, big rock bands also, because they were obviously this type of because there was a time, you know, Max Martin, the biggest songwriter we have from Sweden, right, and all around the world. We talked about this earlier here in the interview. He led the way for a lot of people to, wow, we could use our songwriting capability to actually write for other people, not just our own bands, you know, because we had a lot of good songwriters. So these guys did that, and so I hooked up with them and said, hey, I want to write song. I had these songs, but I don't want to finish it with the band. I want to take it to someone else and see what we can do with it. So Abandon and Nomadic, with these two songs, I took to Anders and Fredrik, and we were working in their studio, and they were like, okay, we're working back and forward, and they said like, okay, let's go home and sleep on this and, you know, give it a day. And then I came back with some like a B chorus and some chorus lines. We changed around some stuff, so it turned out to be, if you listen to these songs, they are like a little bit different from the average Backyard Baby songs. Yeah. So this is what happened. This is what I love about collaborations, that you add one different spice into the mix, and then the song turns out in a little bit different way, you know. So songwriting wise, that's the best story about Abandon. I really like these songs, and that also gave me an idea that I can use my songwriting skills and working with other people for other artists, which I have done, you know, here and there. And yeah, and it's like a mix acoustic, electric. There's a switch between, which is like I really like that stuff. And I played a solo in the song, which is also a little bit different. That I also played a solo in Nomadic. I don't know why. It just happened to be that. But yeah, but I'm happy you like the song. Many people like the song. It means a lot to a lot of people, and I like to leave it there, you know, because if it does that, I don't know, it means a lot to me too. But that's so cool that it can mean different for different people.
I think that's the real meaning of music, establishing this connection between the artist and the audience.
Yeah, it's I mean, I get a lot of, you know, nowadays comments and stuff, and people send me messages on Messenger or Instagram, and they're talking about different songs, how much that song meant to them in a certain situation, helping them through really rough times. And wow, that's so cool, because maybe the song didn't mean that to me when I wrote the lyrics, but then it has turned to become that type of song for a certain person. And that's amazing, because that's the power of like lyrics and music is how you interpret it. You know, it doesn't have to be black or white like this. And I really like that. So I sometimes when you do interviews, the journalist wants to know every song, every lyric. What does this mean? What does this mean? Like, well, I don't want to talk about it, because you read it and you make up your mind. What does it mean to you? You know, and if it means something,
different meanings to different people.
Yeah, if it means something for you, then that's what it means. You know, so. And also, it makes me don't have to remember all the lyrics.
So, but which songs or which bands do you have this connection? You know, the same connection the fans have with your songs, your music. As a music fan yourself, do you have this connection with you know, any particular song that you had the best? Sorry.
At the TV show he played Poison. Every Rose has its thorn.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Oh, but Backyard Babies recorded Babylon from Faster Pussycat.
Yeah.
And recorded Hanoi Rocks too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the whole LA sleaze scene was really important for the band and for me for many years. I still love these bands. I was like, it was only LA Guns, Faster Pussycat, and Guns N' Roses, and all the other fucking bands like they were around. I loved Junkyard, Vane, Smashed Ladies, fucking ROXX Gang. I don't know. The list goes on about cool band that were played on MTV at the time, and I was just like, I totally sucked it all in. And I must say, when the first time I set my foot on Sunset Boulevard, it was a cloudy day. It wasn't so warm. The signs were a little bit hanging like this, a little rusty. No neon lights, no girls, no limousines, no Motley Crue to be seen. I was really fucking disappointed. I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, I've been fooled. Where it was just been a. But then
where is the dream?
Yeah, but then it turned nighttime, and yeah, okay, it was a little bit better. So, but anyway, but these days I like to get carried away with artists that are not like from my genre, like say Shooter Jennings, for example. I've been listening so much to his stuff. I love basically everything he has done. But now don't turn off your this streaming, because I must say that I listen a lot to artists like Miley Cyrus, her latest stuff, because I think, you know, that's the cool thing about finding. Not saying that I get inspired music-wise to write, but I get it's a kind of relief for me to listen to music that necessarily doesn't need to inspire me to write something. You understand? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That, because usually it's almost like it's like a nightmare that you can't listen to music, and then unless you start to think about how you would have done it, and you try to make a song out of it, and your brain starts to work on your own song. I don't want that. it's like maybe it's like if you're a movie producer or something, you can't go and watch movies because you will think about work. I like to listen to music that makes me not think about producing my own music. So when I'm in the car, I get carried away by Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus.
I like to listen to Richard Marx.
Taylor Swift too.
Yeah, amazing.
She's
You
a
know what?
good songwriter.
I think would be a very good match. You and Tracy Guns from LA Guns doing a collaboration.
Yeah, you know, we have been this close of putting something together.
Wow.
Because, you know, God, there's going to be so many stories. We don't really have time for everything. But I was in LA, and I was we were at a barbecue at my friend's place, a producer who produced 2 of Backy Baby's album, Joe Barresi. And I was in a typical standard thing, leaving the barbecue, going out to find drugs, right? So I'm walking down the street. I think he was in Burbank. I'm not sure. And then this guy, like with a green Camaro on the street, hood open, trying to start his fucking car. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And that's Tracy Guns. So we run into each other like that. And then we had mutual friends, it appeared. And we turned out to be like friends. And then we had, like, especially one person. Her name is Stella. She's a songwriter. She and Tracy worked on rewrote Ballad of Jane, like a really cool version of it. And then so the plan was, I have these demos in my computer that I'm sitting in front of right now. There's like Tracy and Stella doing Ballad of Jane, and I was supposed to add my stuff on it, and we were supposed to release it as some kind of collaboration thing. It never happened, obviously. But yeah, I would love to pick that up to work with Tracy again. He's a really cool guy.
And since you have so many stories, do you have any plans to write a book about you and Backyard Babies or something like that?
Yeah, there's some really, really cool plans. I can't unfortunately say too much about it because I don't want to make anyone, start to put too much participation about it. But like, yeah, there's also, let's put it like this. A lot of people have made a lot of rock biographies lately. Yeah. And even though that my life is filled with war stories that is pretty fun to share, like I'm sharing some of the stuff with you guys right now, I'm not so interested in making another rock biography. But let's see. But yeah, there is some really cool plans. And once again, you know, in all the bad stuff, there might come some good stuff out of it. So we're stuck now in our homes. We can't go on the road. We're not allowed to play any shows. So maybe there's going to be some really cool stuff done instead. Let's leave it there.
Cool.
That's awesome. So I think I should work for you because I raised the Tracy Guns thing, and I got the points and the book.
Yeah. So we have to do another live stream as soon as possible to share some of another stories, because that would be great. This one was great. You know, a lot of cool stories. Yeah. As soon you're welcome anytime you want. It was really great to have you here with us.
Let's but seriously, let's do it again at the end of the summer or something like that. Maybe we have some cool news to share or whatever. And I must say that I try to, keep myself updated what's happening all around the world, and I know that South America. Oops, my screen disappeared. Hold on. Fuck. There you are. I know that there's not such a nice situation at the moment in South America, and I hope that everywhere in the world that things will turn better very soon. And so we can come and visit each other again, because one, I love to come to South America again, and second, I can't wait to get on the road to play. And so let's pick this up and let's talk again in the summer or something like that. Just you know where to find me.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So,
And,
I'm gonna explain that in Portuguese to our viewers, okay?
But first I'd like to
Go,
thank
Jay.
you personally, because I was the one who contacted you, and you were so nice and so cool, and accepted being here with us. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Thank you. Same to you guys.
And
Thank you very much, Nick.
I hope I won't have to go to Sweden again to see you or Backyard Babies. Next time I want to see you here.
Yeah, no. But I mean, see, I'm serious. We were really talking about South America, and like, let's see what's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen this year. Let's see about next year. But keep your fingers crossed, you know, and stuff.
Yeah, because right now I'm a little out of time to go to Sweden.
Yeah. Yeah. And the flight tickets are going to be stupid expensive, you know, in the beginning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Nick, once again, thank you very, very much for your time. It was a pleasure for us having you in
Obrigado.
our live stream. De nada.
Obrigado.
De nada.
Thank you. Yes, very much. So cool. Thank you. And you guys stay healthy and keep yourself safe and everything. So
You too, man.
You too,
And
man.
good luck on the backyard tour you're going to do now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, Nick.
You can see what's happening in my social media, I guess, and it's going to be fun. I hope.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Coming to a barbecue near you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. Ok, galera, que vocês estão assistindo a live acabou. A gente tinha 1 hora para falar com o Nick, que, pô, bem bacana de ter aceitado o convite. Não deu para a gente fazer algumas perguntas de vocês, mas vocês viram que ele prometeu e vai estar numa próxima live com a gente aí no fim do verão europeu, que é o nosso inverno. Então, eu espero que vocês tenham curtido. E quem não conhece, correr atrás do som do Backyard Babies, que é uma das bandas mais maneiras.
E do trabalho solo, do Homeland, também, muito legal.
O Homeland, ele tem 3 discos, o terceiro é um acústico, o Chapter 1, 2, 3, que são sensacionais, nada a ver com Backyard Babies, eu adoro. Estava ouvindo ontem, que é mais folk, country, coisas mais acústicas, e é espetacular. Tem nas plataformas de streaming também. I was telling our viewers, Nick, about your Homeland records and how much I like the Chapter 1, 2, and 3. Because they are very different from Backyard Babies, and that was people should expect from an artist when the artist goes solo, you know, doing something different from the regular band. So once again, thank you very, very much for your time, and I hope we hope to do another live with you, stream with you,
please,
as soon as possible at the end of the summer. Okay,
Yes.
Claudio, Jay, do you want to talk something?
It's a promise.
No. Okay.
Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
What I
much.
could say to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And I'll see you soon again.
Yeah.
And hi
Okay.
to everyone who's watching this. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
I'm gonna end this transmission. Okay.
Agradecer o Tarcísio e ao Panamá por terem
E ao
traduzido aí, porque fizeram um excelente trabalho de tradução aqui enquanto a gente estava falando no nosso inglês.
O Panamá veio também, foi ótimo, muito legal.
É porque o Tarcísio estava com problema na conexão dele. E aí o Panamá falava enquanto ele não estava. Então foi muito legal, valeu mesmo.
Ajudou demais, porque assim, enquanto a gente está fazendo a live, fica muito difícil você parar e traduzir, vai perder o mojo, né, da parada.
Não, e outro detalhe também, não tem como a gente pegar esse vídeo depois, até alguém comentou isso, não tem como a gente pegar esse vídeo e legendar ele depois, que ele já vai direto pro YouTube. E é complicado a gente baixar, botar a legenda, jogar ele novamente no ar, porque tem toda uma história de viewers que conta pra caramba pra gente, que a gente perderia tirando o vídeo do ar e tudo mais. Então, tem essa história também. Então, Tarcísio e Luquilo, cara, muito obrigado mesmo pela ajuda que vocês deram, brothers. Valeu mesmo. Bom, vamos já adiantar que no meio da semana tem aquilo que a gente conversou depois da live com o Andréas, que vai ter uma live só com nós 3. Não é isso? Nesse meio de semana.
Olha que sem graça, galera. Só nós 3. É porque assim, a gente acaba uma live dessa maneira pra caramba.
Maneira pra cacete.
História. Aí a gente tem que falar que a próxima live somos só nós 3 com as nossas histórias.
Pois é. A gente vai falar de um assunto legal, mas vamos adiantar, né, para eles.
Sim, vamos falar. Claro.
Bandas novas. A gente vai mostrar algumas bandas novas que a gente curte, que teoricamente a gente vai entrar, sei lá, que tem surgido dos anos 2010 para cá, tem lançado 2 ou 3 ou 4 discos no máximo, e vamos trocar uma ideia exatamente sobre isso. Sons novos, a galera que fica presa no passado e não quer ouvir nada recente, tem muita coisa boa sendo feita no rock, na música atualmente. E as lives seguintes já teremos novamente convidados especiais, ou diríamos convidadas especiais, né?
Bom, assim, já falou isso aí, já entregou. Mas o pessoal não vai saber qual lado que vai, né?
Pois é, exatamente. Não, mas pode ser a Lita Ford, por exemplo, não sei, estou chutando aqui. Pode ser, não sei.
Poderia ser.
Vamos ver. E tem muita coisa legal que a gente está planejando aí para as próximas lives. Então, obrigado aí para vocês que ficaram com a gente até agora e estão com a gente esse tempo inteiro, né? Jay, Cláudio.
Bom, valeu, galera, por ter assistido. De novo, Panamá e Tarcísio, brigadão pela força, valeu mesmo.
Valeu mesmo.
Até quarta-feira a gente se encontra novamente. E nas redes sociais aí a gente vai falando com quem chegar para falar, a gente vai falando também.
Eu tô tentando responder.
A Lupita mandou agradecer também. O pessoal perguntou qual é o nome dela, é Lupita.
O Rick Katz tá falando, o Rick Katz falou pra gente botar a Vix inteira na live, olha aí.
Porra, cara! Aliás, Rick, eu tô devendo pra você as capas lá, não esqueci não, eu vou te mandar a mensagem, eu já peguei, vou pegar o teu e-mail para mandar para você, porque é muito pesado, não dá para mandar para o iTrust, até porque vai cair, o WhatsApp vai cair vai cair a qualidade, sabe? Tem que dar um toque, mas é porque tá complicado.
Eu quero saber daquela camisa do Icon. Eu quero saber daquela camisa mais
linda Daniel,
do Icon que ele fez.
Um contato aí, ó, assim, que eu quero... Eu tô segurando para ver como vai ser, eu quero que a camisa do Icon, uma do Hardcore Superstar que ele fez, linda.
Aquela camisa do Icon tá um negócio absurdo, cara. Que absurdo, cara.
A camisa do Icon, o Rick fala com vocês depois, mas vocês podem tirar o cavalinho da chuva.
Que filha da puta.
Porra, mas entendeu? Mas é isso, galera. Valeu mesmo. Aí o Marcos Souza falando, souberam cativar o convidado. Pô, o cara é gente boa demais, cara. Fala bem pra caramba, um monte de história maneira, sabe? E é isso mesmo que o Marcos falando assim, cara, a gente tenta levar o melhor conteúdo para vocês. Sabe, é o que a gente
se prepara antes, ouve o som, lê algumas coisas. Aí é legal, aí o artista sente que a gente fez um estudo, aí os caras gostam mesmo, eles se sentem queridos, porque realmente são. A gente não está convidando aqui por convidar, a gente está convidando realmente os caras que a gente realmente admira. O Nicke Borg, eu especialmente, eu gosto pra caramba, o Cláudio também, o Daniel nem tanto, mas assim, gosta também. Mas para mim tem uma importância a mais. Realmente foi uma coisa bacana, para mim foi até especial. E a gente está procurando trazer pessoas que tenham um valor para a gente assim a mais mesmo, né?
Porque
bom. Senão a gente fica só naquele papel de entrevistador, e aí fica uma coisa que qualquer um pode fazer, às vezes, talvez não tão bem, mas se tem valor, como o Jay falou, tem valor sentimental pra gente, assim. Como ele falou, mais no caso do Jay e do meu, a gente gosta mais, a gente, sei lá, ouve Backyard Babies há mais tempo, talvez, que o Daniel, o que não quer dizer que ele não goste.
Eu gosto pra caramba de Backyard Babies. E os discos solos, os 3 discos chapter, os 2 de estúdio, né, são maravilhosos.
Muito bons.
Maravilhosos.
Muito bons mesmo, assim. O cara gosta de tudo que eu gosto pra caralho. O cara gosta de Bruce Springsteen, gosta de Johnny Cash, gosta de Social Distortion. Falei, meu irmão, porra, como é que eu não vou gostar do trabalho do maluco?
O cara precisa botar um Poison aqui. Cara, agora é o seguinte, um cara que agora eu vou atrás, que eu já tô... a gente até conversou outro dia, Cláudio, que eu vou atrás vai ser o Michael Monroe. A gente estava assistindo a live do Michael Monroe na quinta-feira, cara.
9 da manhã. 9 da manhã. E aí a gente estava lá só zoando na live do Michael Monroe. E aí depois a gente começou a falar assim, maluco, o Jay falou assim para mim, cara, tu imagina esse cara fazendo uma live com a gente não vai conseguir falar, porque o cara não para de falar. Ele fala o tempo inteiro. A menina que estava fazendo a live com ele não conseguia falar, cara. Não conseguia.
Esse é o lance. O Erickson Paraguaçu lembrou aqui, falou que é o Bob Cooley que faleceu. Eu até mandei a notícia para eles dois ontem, né, no nosso grupo. Chato, né, cara? Pra gente, nós três somos muito fãs do Kiss. Eu, o Jay, então, vocês sabem, nem se fala. É uma parte da história que não tá mais entre a gente, né? Foi realmente bem triste, mas vamos lá. É vida que segue, né?
Marcos, eu não gosto da Miley... Não, que o Marcos está falando ali, que faltou eu falar que eu gosto também da Taylor Swift e da Miley Cyrus. A Taylor Swift eu gosto mesmo. Não é zoação, não. Eu gosto. A Miley Cyrus eu não conheço direito, então não posso nem dizer que eu gosto. Mas a Taylor Swift... Cara, a Taylor Swift é uma puta compositora. Ela é muito boa compositora. Talvez os arranjos, assim, a parte final não seja tão do agrado de todo mundo. Mas a parte de composição dela é muito boa, cara.
Enfim, eu ia falar alguma coisa. Completando o que vocês dois falaram aí, os convidados que a gente tem, muita gente que fica pedindo, pô, traz fulano, traz beltrano, traz cicrano. Tem um detalhe importante, como o Cláudio falou, a gente não pode pegar só o papel de ser entrevistador, entendeu? Cara, mal ou bem, a gente faz isso aqui, cara, na marra, na raça, e porque a gente gosta e se diverte. Então a gente tem que unir o útil ao agradável, sabe? Trazer pessoas com as quais a gente tem uma conexão, que foi o que a gente falou na live com o Nicke, sabe? Porque é para fluir melhor e trazer um negócio que seja mais honesto para vocês. Então, infelizmente, tem alguns nomes que a galera pede aí que eu não vou entrar em detalhes, mas que não vão acontecer. Se não vão acontecer...
Joey não deve rolar, não, né?
Não, Joey DeMaio não rola.
Nem o Malmsteen.
Nem o Malmsteen. Assim, não, mas, cara, o Malmsteen, se fosse para falar do Rising Force, do Martial Out, do Trilogy, até do
o Malmsteen no meio da live fala assim, cara, cansei de vocês, fodam-se, ia embora.
Por aí.
Mas é exatamente isso, galera. Tem que ter esse negócio. A gente tem que gostar da pessoa, da música da pessoa e da pessoa como artista também. Isso aqui, mais uma vez, a gente faz o Resenhando, cara, na marra e na raça. A gente não está ganhando nada, absolutamente nada com isso. De vez em quando, algumas pessoas que entram falando um monte de merda nos comentários, eu respondo de sola mesmo, de vez em quando acabo sendo grosso, coisa que eu não gosto de ser, mas eu fico, cara, só, YouTube é que nem canal de TV, meu amigo, é democrático, você não gostou, pega e muda de canal, sabe?
Daniel,
é simples isso.
O Israel tá aqui falando um negócio muito engraçado, ele botou, o Blackmore rolaria? Pô, se dependesse da gente, sim. Agora, ele nunca vai querer falar com a gente.
Se o Blackmore quiser, a gente continua a live agora. Entendeu? Se estourar o tempo do streaming, a gente bota o cartão aqui e se fode para depois com o dólar do jeito que tá. Entendeu? Que se dane. Se ele quiser, ele entra agora.
Aí, o Marcelo Penha deu uma dica, deu uma sugestão muito boa. Eu acho muito boa. Que o Rich Coates seria uma excelente entrevista.
Tá vendo? A diferença é, o Blackmore, cara, não vale nem a pena tentar, ele não vai fazer. Ele não vai fazer.
O Panamá também falou, o Soto também é uma boa.
O Soto e o Kotzen são caras que a gente pode tentar. Eu já entrevistei os dois, mais de uma vez até. Então, assim, eu sei que
eu tô tentando uns caras grandão pra caralho também, só de bobeira, pra ver se rola, né?
Pois é. Mas esses caras grandes que você tá tentando. Mas esses caras grandes que você tá tentando, Jay, são caras que a gente sabe que eles fazem. O Blackmore não faz. Vocês viram alguma live do
Blackmore? Não faz nada, né, cara? O
exatamente, não faz. Ele tá tocando lá a viola de elfo dele lá em casa.
O Blackmore ele tem cara que deve vender aqueles artesanatos feitos de durepox, né?
E tem uma coisa a favor do Kotzen, porque o Kotzen é casado com uma brasileira, então de repente ele já sabe até falar alguma coisa em português aí, ó. Vai saber.
Mas
só não pode puxar papo de Poison, que aí acaba porra da entrevista.
Não acaba não, cara.
Eu já falei com ele de Poison. Eu já falei.
Ele não fica puto, não?
Cara, eu trabalhei. Eu não estava fazendo entrevista, eu trabalhei com ele. E aí eu falei com ele, ele falou comigo na boa.
Eu entrevistei ele em 2004, na primeira vez que ele veio ao Brasil, até tocando naquela Wild White Party lá em São Paulo. Também, isso. Eu entrevistei ele no restaurante perto do hotel, cara, falou de Poison na boa. Teve...
eu acho que é o Rick Rocket que não vai falar do Rich Coates.
Eu também acho.
O Rick Rocket que não vai gostar muito, não.
Cara, o Rick Rocket é um cara que sempre que eu falo com ele, ele troca ideia comigo na boa. Se quiser que eu tente ele, eu tento. Eu não vou falar que tu acha uma merda dele, não.
Cara, a primeira
eu
pergunta...
acho ele uma merda. Eu gosto da banda dele, mas ele como baterista eu acho uma merda.
A primeira pergunta que eu faria pro Rick Rocket é, cara, depois de tanto tempo, você já aprendeu a tocar bateria? Porque o Boys tá parado aí esse tempo, né? De repente ele tá treinando nessa quarentena, estudando para aprender a tocar bateria.
Ele agora tá com um negócio de carro, né? Uma oficina,
Moto.
Né?
O Marcelo Penha botou aqui, ó, Jake Lee, parceiro do Daniel. Porra, cara.
Aí, ó.
Olha só.
Mas esse é outro meio ermitão também, né, cara?
Não, mas eu não duvido que ele faça, não. Eu tava conversando com o assessor da Frontiers, porque eu queria fazer uma entrevista com o Jake Lee grande para escrever um background para Road Crew. Isso já estava até em negociação. Falei com o John Freeman, a gente ia falar desde ele lá do início, Rough Cut, Nicky Rat, depois entrando até o Red Dragon Cartel. Ia ser contar uma história dele. Ele faria acho que ele faria essa entrevista ele faria na boa. Tava tudo certo, mas por causa disso tudo que aconteceu agora, deu uma travada, deu uma pausada. Eu posso falar com o cara para ele fazer a ponte e ver se o dia que ele participaria. Porra, pra mim seria... Puta que pariu. Não precisa nem falar nada, né, cara?
O Israel falou que perguntava a mesma coisa que você perguntaria pro Rick Rocket pro Peter Criss. Só que o Peter Criss já se aposentou.
Pois é.
Vai tocar ali caixinha de fósforo, porra. Você tocou no assunto aí de Frontiers, a gente vai ter um convidado aí da Frontiers também, né?
Exatamente.
Vai lançando um material novo aí.
Cara, a gente pode até adiantar
que agora.
Eu tô perguntando porque... Vou até falar mesmo, só, dia 13 de junho, um sábado, a gente vai fazer uma live com o Renan Zonta, vocalista do Electric Mob, uma banda lá de Curitiba, que assinou com a Frontiers, que tá lançando o primeiro disco dia 12 de junho, chama de Charge. O disco é bom pra cacete, o cara é um absurdo cantando, sabe, assim, é de cair o queixo mesmo. Já tem uns clipes no YouTube, a primeira música que eu ouvi que a gente ouviu foi Devil You Know, que foi o primeiro clipe, já tem coisa que lançou aí depois. Cara, o disco sai dia 12 de junho pela Frontiers, o caralho, uma gravadora por lá de fora pegando uma banda nacional que não tem nada a ver com o que as pessoas esperam até da Frontiers, né, Claudio J? Que é um lance mais melodic rock, AOR. O Electric Mob não tem nada a ver com
a Frontiers está abrindo o leque um pouco aí.
O próprio disco ele é diverso, né? Ele é bem variado.
O disco é diverso. Então, assim, já até pode anotar na agenda aí que vai ser uma puta live, cara. Um cara muito gente boa, um vocalista, cara, excepcional. E fiquem de olho, dia 12 de junho vai estar nas plataformas de streaming para vocês ouvirem o Discharge, o disco do Electric Mob. Vale muito a pena. Que, cara, eu vou te falar, das novas bandas nacionais, foi a que mais me impressionou recentemente. Puta banda. Já fica a dica para vocês aí que conhecerem.
É muito legal.
Então já tem essa live já marcada com ele. Então, galera, é isso, né? A gente tem que almoçar também.
Cara, não tem comida nenhuma aqui. Eu só tenho ovo. Tem que ir no mercado.
Porra. Aí, ó, o Fábio também deu outra dica aí, ó. Keep Winger. Porra, se o Keep Winger aceitar...
Pensei no Keep Winger ontem, porque ele tava fazendo uma live. Ele tostão lá com o violão, o áudio uma merda.
Bicho.
Eu desisti, cara. Eu desisti.
Viu? É todo descabelado.
Eu desisti. Achei muito foda-se, sacou? Tipo, aí eu falei, não.
É outro cara que não custa nada, mas a gente tem uma lista de gente que a gente tá aí, ó.
O Anselmo sugeriu um aqui que eu ia amar de paixão, que é o N. Hussey do The Mission, que por acaso mora em São Paulo. Mas
mora em São Paulo, porra.
Mas ele tá confinado na casa dele lá em São alguma coisa, não sei onde é que é. Uma casa no meio do campo lá.
Não tem internet, não?
Ele postou que a internet dele lá é horrível, que ele não quer nem ter uma internet boa lá, então assim, não sei.
Aí, Todd La Torre, Daniel.
O Todd La Torre a gente estava falando ontem.
A gente estava conversando, a gente falou sobre o Todd La Torre ontem, depois da live com o André Kisser. Cara, foi realmente, foi uma puta entrevista com ele. Ele foi um cara muito, muito gente boa. Eu posso até falar a vocês que a entrevista era para durar 20 minutos, durou quase 40. Foi aquilo que saiu na Road Crew, tive que dar uma enxugada. E, cara, seria um prazer pra gente, né? Acho que não só pra mim, seria um prazer.
Só um detalhe aí, ó, pra galera que vai estar aí com a gente, não esquece de se inscrever aqui no canal, curtir, compartilhar. A gente tá precisando chegar nesses 10 mil para ontem.
Ó,
Se a gente chegar nesses
uma...
10 mil, a gente consegue trazer gente maior, cada vez maior.
Jay, eu vou dar uma de Aracidiná.
Porra, que merda, hein?
Eu tava com o feeling do Andrés, lembra que eu falei?
Lembro.
Andrés, vamos fazer o Andrés. Eu tô com o feeling que o Todd La Torre vai aceitar, hein?
Pô, tomara. Vou.
Tô com esse feeling aí, hein? A gente tem que ir nesse caminho, hein? Todd La Torre.
Não, tem alguém que vai dar oi pra vocês, ó.
Ei, rapaz,
João.
só come e dorme, hein?
Viu? Dá tchau ali, ó, da filha.
Ei, João! Ele não tá ouvindo, né?
Ele tá com sono. Até ensaiar que já almoçou e tá com sono, né, filha?
Já rotou, João? Já rotou? Depois de almoçar, tem que rotar. O Jay já tá rotando aí direto.
Ó, aí dando tchau.
Porra.
Ei!
Vai lá, vai com a mamãe. Vai, filho.
Aí o Marcel aí perguntou sobre o Bruce Kulick, bicho. Eu falei com o Bruce Kulick, mandei mensagem e ele visualizou semana passada. Não falou nada, eu também deixei quieto. Eu juro pra vocês que eu ia mandar mensagem pra ele ontem.
Mas nessa hora também,
aí,
agora... Ô, Jay, ele talvez não tivesse respondido porque ele já devia estar imerso na questão do irmão. Essa
Pode
coisa
ser,
do irmão já devia estar acontecendo aí, pelo que vocês falaram ontem, né?
A gente não sabe, não foi revelado a causa da morte do Bob Kulick, mas a gente não sabe. Assim, ele não tinha nenhum problema de saúde, até onde a gente sabe, não tinha acontecido nada, não teve nenhuma notícia prévia.
Mas
então,
ontem eu estava vendo o Facebook da Lídia Cris, que conhece aí a ex-esposa Peter Cris, ela é muito envolvida no universo do Kiss. Aí ela estava falando sobre o acontecido, aí uma pessoa falou para ela que assim, poxa, eu falei com a fulana, não sei se é esposa do Bob Kulick ou quem é, eu falei com a fulana, ela me contou que ele morreu dormindo. Aí até a Lídia falou assim, que bom que você está me falando isso, que eu estava muito preocupado, que fosse outra coisa.
Então, ela devia estar preocupada com a mesma coisa que eu achava.
Acho que passou pela cabeça de todo mundo. Aí,
pois é.
o Ronaldinho, você encheu a cara ontem e só acordou agora. Tá entrando agora.
Ronaldinho tá foda.
Porra, Ronaldinho. Cacete, cara. Nem parece
depois,
que é atleta, cara. Pô.
Depois assiste a íntegra aí, porque foi maneiro pra cacete o papo com o Nicke Borg, cara.
Puta live. Ele tá meio que reclamando, falando que a live com o Andrés ontem foi só 1 hora. O Ronaldinho, cara, isso não foi por nossa vontade. Isso aí foi um pedido que foi feito, que a live aconteceria, mas que teria que ser com 1 hora só. Então,
igual hoje também. Eu falei com o Nicke Borg, eu falei, quanto tempo que você vai ter disponível? Ele, 1 hora. Então é isso.
Então, por nós,
esse tipo de coisa.
A gente tá aqui,
porra. A gente tá aqui até agora.
Com o Andrés e com o Nick, a gente estava falando aí com os caras aí até.
E as internas ontem, Daniel, na hora que você abria a live com o Andrés, minha calça estava caindo aqui, eu fiquei de bunda de fora em pé.
Puta que o pariu. Antes do Andrés entrar, a sorte foi essa. Segundos. Senão, de repente, o Andrés nem entrava na live, ó. Nós fomos salvos de não fazer uma live com o Andrés por segundos.
Eu só ouvi o Daniel. Caralho, vou botar o Andrés agora, porra!
Assim, que na verdade, assim, a maioria das lives é 1 hora, né? A gente é que...
É escroto, né?
A gente é que... A gente que, digamos que nós somos prolixos, bons prolixos, né?
A gente também tem que contar com a boa vontade do participante, né? Se o cara tá afim de falar mais,
Rafael,
porque a questão de vez em quando eu acho que nem que é boa vontade, não, é mais tempo mesmo, né, cara? Os caras, o cara de agenda, o cara de ter outra coisa, por exemplo, o Nick, a gente fez essa live, começou 12h, mas, cara, era 5 horas da tarde lá na casa dele. O cara com filho em casa, tipo, assim, é complicado. Exatamente, complicado.
Gente, esse cara aqui, ó, é amigo meu, Rafael Megera, falando que o Cláudio estava aparecendo com o Nicke Borg.
O Rafael que fez o show do Shiraz Lane.
Que fez o Shiraz Lane, amigo meu, e ele é um cara que traz vários shows, estava trazendo vários shows aqui pra gente no Brasil. Ele fez o Santa Cruz também. Aí eu estou conversando com ele também de alguns contatos, especialmente de bandas europeias, para trazer pra gente fazer lives aqui também. Ele ficou de me ajudar nesse sentido aí.
O Ronaldinho perguntou, cadê o convidado especial?
Já foi embora, Ronaldinho.
Já foi, cara.
Caralho, Ronaldinho é foda, né?
Já foi.
Cadê o convidado especial? Foi foda. convidado especial já tá jantando, cara.
Já foi embora, cara. Ah, e o Gilson falou uma coisa muito boa. Quer dizer que o Jay ficou de bunda de fora antes do Andrés entrar. Foi.
É.
Não foi exatamente assim,
Ele
não.
ficou com a bunda de fora antes do Andrés entrar.
O cara vem logo com ipsis literis aí, não pode. Eu tava
agora
sentando na cadeira e minha calça tava caindo, porra.
Ó, quem vai ter que encerrar agora sou eu, sério mesmo. O João tá tirando o cochilinho dele.
Mandar um beijo aqui pro fã do ROXX aqui, que deve ser
ó, teu fã aí, ó.
a puta lá do grupo da loja.
Então anote aí, quarta-feira, próxima live.
Não sei, não.
Ah, tá.
Quarta-feira, próxima live. Bandas novas, nós três aqui, vocês vão ter que aturar a gente sem nenhum convidado. E no outro fim de semana, provavelmente, assim, ou sexta ou sábado, teremos. Eu já entreguei, né? Quem chegou, eu não vou falar de novo, não, mas será uma live muito maneira. O cara se acabou de rir com.
O quê? Tá rindo de quê? Olha o Articruz tá preso.
Olha o que o teu fã tá falando aí, ó. Olha o que o teu
Cadê? Perdi. Manda a cueca de presente pra mim. No caso, agora eu tô sem cueca, meu fã. Mas olha só, você querendo, eu posso vender. Não tem problema, não. A cueca limpinha, eu tô vendendo a um preço. A usada uma semana é um pouco mais cara.
E com isso a gente encerra a live, né? Porque não dá pra... Não dá para falar mais nada disso.
O Rafael tá dando um recado que ele vai trazer o Michael Monroe ano que vem.
Pelo amor de Deus! Pelo amor de Deus!
Rafael, o show do Michael Monroe é um negócio assustador de bom.
Foi o melhor show que eu já vi na vida.
E o Art Cruz, eu já tinha falado do Art Cruz, né, cara? Mas ele deu uma sumida das redes sociais, então deve ser por isso, tá?
Uma sumida das redes sociais.
Pois é, porque ele é bem ativo nas redes sociais, então ele deu uma sumida, mas é um cara que, pelo menos a entrevista que eu fiz com ele foi maneira pra cacete. Então, de repente, quando tiver melhor, é um cara que eu gostaria de estar aqui, até para poder falar assim, pô, que merda é essa que vocês fizeram com Catarsis, hein? Com Santa Cruz. Porra.
Você é um cara mais ativo ou mais passivo nas redes sociais?
Caralho, Cláudio, essa hora da manhã querendo me sacanear. Ativo.
Galera, é isso. Eu tenho que encerrar, porque senão o guri não dorme ali, não. Beleza? Jay, Cláudio, aquele abraço.
Valeu. Valeu, Rafael, por ter me comparado com o Nick. Valeu, obrigado.
Rafael, obrigado aí pela moral.
E até quarta que vem, esperamos vocês lá. Jay até já foi embora. Hein?
Eu já fui embora. Vamos embora, que eu também estou morrendo de fome.
Estou encerrando aqui. 2 cliques para acabar a live.